to Who Needs a Therapist When You Have a Friend podcast, you guys. So it's like about 60 degrees, I think, outside, or at least it's supposed to be. I love to put my hood on over my hair because, you know what? I don't like to really show my hair often. Look at that. I used to when I was like younger. I would like always wear my hair in a ponytail, but like I would go crazy about if it had like these bumps on it like it has right now, and I would hairspray it to where it would not move and it would be so flat. And I also knew that hairspray would keep germs out of my hair because, you know, when someone coughs, like germs get in your hair, or even if you like went to the bathroom or you're in the toilet when someone's taking a poo and then they like flush the toilet, those particles actually go everywhere, which really disgusts me when I think about it. And that also goes for men that have beards. They also get poo particles in their beards. I don't know if you wanted to hear that today, but yeah, that's what happens there, and it grosses me out. Also, I'm doing this podcast outside and it's windy, so I'm really sorry about the wind in the microphone, but if I go into the house, it's just gloomy in there, and I'm trying my best to get out of a sadness today, because what better way than to talk to your best friends on the internet or wherever you are. Basically, if I had my friend, I would call them and talk to them right now, so that's what I'm doing. Please answer. Because, you know, the worst thing is when you try to call your best friend because you are really wanting to talk to them and then they don't answer the phone. It was so bad back in the day when I was younger. That's all I had was like to be able to call people on the phone, and half the time they all had real lives, so they weren't able to answer the phone, and it was depressing, especially when we got older. But you know what? Also, I probably talked on the phone way too much. Like, I think I talked for like 3 hours on the cell phone. Like, on the phone. It wasn't a cell phone. It was like, I had a rotary phone. You know, that kind that like spins. Hey, don't do that. Oh, I'm outside with my dogs. And my dog always is trying to like, you know, like hump the other dog. And they're all boy dogs. And so it like bothers me. And I guess it's because it says that they don't have like all their energy taken out of them. But you know what? Sometimes I wonder if that dog's gay. And I've always wondered that because I don't know. Apparently that I was at Walmart and this woman said that she had bought 2 huskies to breed and the huskies would not breed. So apparently dogs are actually, oh my gosh, I have gray hair. I want to pull it out, but they say if you pull it out that you literally will grow more, and I think I have grown more, and actually being out in the sun, it literally dyes it, and that's why I have all this gray hair, I think, even though I think it runs in my genetics to have gray hair early on. But come on, you guys, I've never dyed my hair either. So that's great. Okay, back to what I was saying about the dogs, and then I will go back to the other. The dogs wouldn't breed, and so apparently dogs are very picky, which I did not know, because these people used to have this like pit bull, and it would try to like go after anything and everything that was like a girl dog. So I guess huskies are more like picky, so that's interesting. I did not know. And for some reason when like I think about my dogs like having puppies, like it makes me feel like my dogs were like violated, or the other dog was violated, and then it like bothers me on the inside. So I really just try to keep my dogs away from female dogs because I feel like that's violation. What about if the dog didn't want that, and then I just feel like okay, anyway, so that's how I feel about that, because it starts to like bother me on the inside. Because I just feel like the dog might not have wanted that, so then I'm like, what the heck. Anyway, so back to when I was younger and I was on the cell phone. On the phone, I would talk on the phone really long time. Like, we're talking like 3 hours on the phone. And it was probably too much. But like, and my mom would get mad that I was on the phone. But I mean, obviously my mother would not have a conversation with me, barely for like anything. So I didn't really have any other interaction but on the phone. And she also banned it to where I couldn't talk to my grandma on the phone. And my grandma was like my best friend. So I couldn't talk to her, so I had to make other friends, which also back in elementary school, I couldn't even barely make friends after my mother moved me schools. And so I then got friends in middle school, but then, you know, that's a whole nother story about how they kind of messed up a lot of things for me. This one girl did anyway. Yeah, probably talk too much, which I still do, but I don't talk about that stuff anymore, mostly more to myself, and talk about the Lord, because I love the Lord, our Father which art in heaven. And honestly, that's what I like to talk about the most. But today, I think that there was something in the air, because it was like, it's still foggy out, and I think it's like almost 10 or 11 in the morning. And last night there was like a really big fog, like haze over the entire thing, and like people were driving really slow through the fog. And I was just like, I don't like fog like this, so it's not safe to be out. So I didn't think it was all that safe to be out last night. But that's okay, I'm here now. And I had some nasty Mexican dinner, and it was so nasty. Yeah, I like to eat Mexican, but I think that they literally got mad because the last time I told them that I didn't have cheese on my chicken and cheese that they were supposed to give me on the side. And literally, like, they gave me, like, soft tacos last night, and then they were cold tacos, and they were supposed to be crispy tacos. And then I tried to eat chicken and cheese and rice, but then I think I ate cheese and it made me ill, so I probably should not eat that. I really just wanted to eat at this gas station, which I know who eats at a gas station, but I do, because they make this food fresh and it does not make me sick. But they like make hamburgers and like chicken and these like poor man poppers, which are basically jalapeno poppers chopped up, and they're like fried. But like, also, then my dad, when I was younger, used to tell me that eating hamburgers would make you fat. And apparently, as I've probably told you guys before, like, I used to be called fat and like jelly rolls and stuff. So then now when I think about eating a hamburger, I like get that in my head, which is probably not the best thing to be like thinking about, honestly, because like I should not be traumatized by eating a hamburger, but I am. Because, I mean, honestly, I did used to eat a lot of hamburgers. I mean, literally, if we're going back in time, like where I told you in that one podcast, I don't know if I've posted that yet, but I was talking about how I ate two bacon cheeseburgers, and then my mom took us to Crystal's, and I ate all those cheeseburgers. So technically I did, but you know what? I used to be like the master of making cheeseburgers. Well, what happened was my great-grandpa would make these hamburgers, and he made me one time, and I thought it was the best thing I'd ever ate in my life. And you know what he did? He so he would have fresh hamburger meat, but also when you like pat out the hamburger, you put salt and pepper on the hamburger, and you let it cook in on that one side, and then you flip it over before you like cook it and put salt and pepper on it, and then you cook it slowly and let the salt and pepper like go into the hamburger. And let me tell you, it's amazing when you do that. And so then I just fell in love with hamburgers like after that, but I stopped eating French fries and hamburgers like for a long time. Like, I just didn't eat them because I thought that they made you fat, and I wasn't gonna do that. But now I'm eating hamburgers again, but I also have a problem where I think I have to go work out like all the time, which I also love to work out. I wanted to be in the Olympics the other day. I think I was talking about trying to do Olympic weightlifting, but you really have to get your diet like really put in place, which is also a thing. But also I was having trouble like getting past 265 on deadlifts because I had to build like a smaller muscles in my like thighs, I think, and my lower back. And what was happening was I was getting like stapled basically, and so I was going to have to redo my whole workout. And so I just got tired of doing weights, which was probably not good. So I have actually paused that, and I have started I've started just walking, which I at least want to get to 10,000 steps a day, because at least I'm doing something right. That's the goal, which is 5 miles. But then like this phone counts it funky, and so like if you're not like holding your phone while walking, then it like misses steps. So then I get upset because I think it misses steps. I used to have a fitness like watch that would count your steps as you walk, which I missed that, and I lost that, and it was like a Samsung one. I think I've lost a lot of things. Like I used to have an iPod too, and I don't know where that went either. Get out of that pool, boy. Oh, my dog's trying to play in the pool, and the other dog doesn't want to get wet because he doesn't like bath time, because he's really bad at bath. I think someone abused this dog back before I got it, and so he has a lot of trauma with water. And I do not know how to help him get over the trauma with water. And he's going to be a massive dog. Like, he's literally a Cane Corso German Shepherd mix, and he's going to be massive. And I do not look forward to bath time, because literally this dog, I guess he's like somehow trained like to what's it called, like, he bites a weapon. So like, if you have like a spray bottle, he thinks it's the weapon and he bites it. So if you literally have a shower thing that sprays, he goes after the spraying water and puts it in his whole entire mouth. Yeah. And says that's the weapon. That's after him. Or if you like act like you have a weapon, he wants to eat the weapon. So he's a dog for weapons, I guess. But the shower is not a weapon, and I need him to understand. And so then I tried to buy calming medicine, and I gave him one, and then it made him like woozy, but like it was like the most natural calming medicine I could find. But in all honesty, it did not slow him down. So maybe he needed 2 calming ones. I don't know, but those calming medicines are like $20, and they're really expensive. So I'm just gonna hope that it will help. I don't know. I'm gonna have to try it again. But he got so thirsty when that was happening, and now they're playing. And my other dog is sad that he can't play, because my husky like gets really mad at my little dog, my little beagle husky, and I don't understand why he's always trying to make him bow down. But the other dog, he doesn't really make him bow down. But like, I think that the Cane Corso one listens more than the beagle husky, because beagle husky's really stubborn. And so I think that that's maybe why they like argue. Like, he'll really growl at him, like, it's like, are you gonna actually fight this dog? But then he was wagging his tail while doing it, so I don't get that. Anyway, you guys are making me feel so much better, just blabbing about life in general. I haven't done laundry in like a month, and I have no clothes, and I've been wearing these same clothes for like probably a week or more, because I can't get the laundry to work. Now, I don't go out in these clothes, but like the ones I do, I think I have to wear twice. Oh, that's embarrassing, isn't it? Oh well, I don't really care. I mean, literally, I think I was so depressed like a few years ago that I wouldn't take a shower for like a week, and I would stay in the house and not like go anywhere. Also, when you have a hood over your head and you go into the stores, people look at me like I'm going to rob the place. Oh my gosh, that reminds me, when I went to a Dollar Tree like a year or 2 ago, I asked this person to put money on this, like, I said I was gonna buy half cash, half card, and this person didn't listen to me, and then like started saying that I was screaming at him in the store because I said no, I needed half cash, half card. And I was not screaming, and he was making this big old scene that was like embarrassing, like, for me. And I'm pretty sure he was saying that I was screaming because of the way I looked, because like I probably was depressed, and like I had this like hoodie that I still have that's super dirty, and I had a hood on, and I am of course like a little bit darker skinned, and I was in a country area where they're very like, you know, it's not the best place. He was trying to cause a humongous scene, and that was really awful. It was really awful. Yeah, it made me cry probably. And I remember that because it was traumatizing, and I wanted to leave, and I did not yell. And even other people were just looking at me like, what is going on? So, yeah, that wasn't good. But you know what? I do love to sit and watch my dogs play, because it is a nice thing to do. What are you guys doing? What's new in your life? Like, let me know. Also, you guys, I got a Blackstone that has a air fryer on it, and now I have to buy propane, which I'm not looking forward to, because it's like $60 per thing, because I've never had propane. My house on the outside is like a mess because I was trying to clean it out, and then never finish cleaning because somehow I do not stay organized and finish a task when I start it. That's because I mentally cannot compartmentalize like organization very well, and it's really hard for me because like I have to slow my mind down, and it's like hard. And so with this podcast, I'm having to try to do that, to be able to know how to post things, and then it's like chaos in my mind, and I'm trying to slow it down so I can do it. And that's really difficult. Let's see, what else do I want to talk about? I don't know, you guys. Like, I am heating my house with kerosene and not regular electric, and kerosene's about $5 and like 75 cents. Yeah, and it's a little bit high, but it's actually a really nice way to heat your home if you are not like have kids to bump into it. But there is like a bar over it, so I kind of like that. I don't know. So yeah, if you're ever just like really down about yourself and you're really just thinking like you have negative self-talk, like it's always in your head and then you can't like produce it out. I want you to not say those negative thoughts out loud ever to yourself. Only say like things that are positive to yourself, even when you don't want to. No matter how upsetting the moment is, I want you to tell yourself, I am proud of me. I am thankful. I am blessed. I am an overcomer. I am spewing with gratitude. And the reason you say I am is because God, our Father which art in heaven, is the great I am. And so when you say I am, it's like hooking his word with your word, and then it is like more powerful. And so we need to say good things about ourselves. And then what do we do when people start talking bad about us and we don't know how to overcome all these negative things that people say? Because I'll tell you, I've had a lot of people say lots of negative things to me, and it destroyed me. It destroyed me because they destroyed a lot of things in worldly life that you would find as an accomplishment. And so what I had to do was come to terms with, this is not what I want for my life. These people's words and actions do not mean anything to me. They don't even care. But you know what's important is what the Lord says about me, because the Lord is our best friend. So I had to go back and I had to say, Lord, I need help because I want to be the person I was before. And so the person I was before, like I'm talking for any person, it's the person that you were before you heard all these negative words and these negative people and these negative things, before those things influenced your mind. You were strong, resilient. You were happy with who you were. You were like, it's like when you're a child and you're happy before they start saying super bad things about you as a child. Those are the things that you want to go back to. So those are the things you have to reprogram your mind to say out loud about yourself to be able to overcome those negative things. And also, when you stop finding purpose in the world of material objects and material things and realize that your eyes just need to be on Jesus and what Jesus has in store for you, then that's when you really start to overcome these people's words. Because when you really think about it, all these people who do all these evil things, one, they have spirits in them, and two, they feel so bad about themselves that they want to try to make you feel bad. But that's not how that should work. So what you need to do is just focus on Jesus and what he says about you, where he says you're a masterpiece made in his image. You were formed in the womb. He loves you. He is proud of you. You cannot be duplicated. You are amazing. You are kind. You are smart. You are funny. You are irreplaceable. You cannot be duplicated. He only has one purpose for you and one purpose only. So things like that, you have to remind yourself that you are important, that you are worthy, that you are this. And then so when someone says what's something someone would say? Oh, you're a bad speller. And then you would say, well, then to yourself, you would of course take that in, and then you would think about it and just dwell on it, right? No. Where they say you're a bad speller, you have to be okay, I might not be the best speller, but I can do this. and then you just counteract it with something that you can do. And I know sometimes it can be the hardest thing to think of things that we can do, because you might think, well, I have no talent, I have this, I have that. Like, that was me. And the Lord told me that that's actually a sense of pride. Like, when you have low self-esteem and you're thinking poorly of yourself, it can be a sense of pride, but it's not the same type of pride as like, oh, I'm the best, I'm this. It's the opposite, and it's actually still wrong. And I never knew that, and it's something that that I had to work on. And so, like, if you are a person that gets, like, really told bad things all the time, and then it makes you start suffering, and you start, like, panicking like I do, or I did, when people would tell me that I wasn't good at things, and I have to recollect myself because of after everything that has happened, and people would say bad things. I have to recollect myself, and like, you have to find that peace. And the peace I find is with the Lord when I go to the secret place, and that's the only way that I can recenter and do better and know that what these people are saying aren't important. And I know that that's the hardest thing to think or even say when you literally are in a world that is all material objects and you can't see what the Lord has in store for you. But I want you to know that that's where faith comes in, and you will see it, and then it will start to spew out of you, because we are the light of the world, because He lives within us. So yeah, that's kind of what I have about that. And it's really hard to love ourselves because of what people might have said to us, or things that have happened in our lives, like, to make us feel bad about ourselves, or to feel like we're not growing, or to feel like we're not doing anything. But I want to let you know, what you're doing is important. What you are doing, if you are healing, it's important. You must heal to be able to grow. We must open our trauma and work through it, no matter what it is, no matter how hard it is. And I'm going to tell you guys, it's so hard, because when you bring it out, it's like you're opening it back up to allow those demons back into your life that were there, but you were overcoming what they did. So the demon was already in your life and already was placed there. And then where you open it back up, because you closed it off so close and tight into a door. That's what I did. I would close the door so tightly on any emotion, and I was walking with no emotion. I mean, I don't think I walked with emotion half my life, you guys. Like, I would just store it in a way, and it would not come back. And so it was all in this door. And so then it was starting to spew out the door when I got older, and I could not keep it back there anymore. And I mean, I wasn't super cold-hearted. Like, I cared about people, but I would leave them at arm's length, and I would not talk about emotion. And I don't know how to explain. If you know how to live without emotion, you know what I'm talking about. You would live in anger or revenge of things. Like, you would just get even, or you would go lower than someone else, and you would have no remorse. Or you would be like, oh, I'll get this person to love me, but I'm not going to care about their feelings because I don't have feelings. Things like that. It's a game. It's a game, but it's really not a game, because you're really destroying yourself, because you have no emotion and your heart's not open, and it's hard to love. But you can still love people, but it's not the same, because you're like, well, what do I need to be married for? What is that important to me? I don't feel love. I don't know what that is. I love you, yeah. But how do you love a person? And that was something that I didn't know. I knew what love was, and I knew who I loved, but I didn't know what love truly meant until I started to open the door of what emotions are. And then what people say about you goes into it, but you can always just try to change. That's what I always thought. You just change, to better fit what people wanted from you. Like, that's what I would try to do. I would just try to change who I was, to mold to be this, like, person I needed to be in the time. But then once I got older, I decided I wasn't going to mold to them because I didn't care, and I had to hit goals. I didn't care about molding it. So when I was in the middle school to high school, I would, like, mold to fit, to change. Then once I got to college, I still did it a little bit, but then once I moved away, I wasn't wanting to mold to fit, to change. I had tried that, but it was, like, always, like, I couldn't just do what college kids do, which was drinking, and, you know, they wouldn't spend time with me, so I couldn't mold to do that, and I wasn't about to try to do it. So what I did was just focused on the goals of school that I needed to accomplish, and so then I would not, like, fit in with them. So then I decided to just close off completely from people and focus on goals, because I didn't really care if I had friends or not, because I needed to fix the goal, and I wasn't about to go do partying and things like that just to make friends. So then that's when I really decided I was going to close off a lot of doors. So then not only did I close off those doors, I then closed off, like, other doors. So then I had one goal, and that was it. So then when they destroyed the one goal that I had and what I was thinking of, because remember, I don't have emotion, but I have, like, anger. But then I started to just get really upset because they were taking everything I had away. So then I lost everything because they didn't like me, and they did it on purpose. I then had to recuperate, and I broke down. Like, I mentally broke down, you guys. Like, it was so bad. It gave me a mental breakdown. And I had to restart fresh from everything. So then I was broken, and I didn't know how to recover. And I couldn't compartmentalize anything because I had it stored up for so long that all I would look at was the one thing that happened. But now that I'm looking at it, you have to go back and open the door and look at everything. And you have to start from the beginning to heal from, like, what had happened to you, to be able to start putting them back in drawers and having the door open, to be able to learn how to, one, love yourself, and to be able to love other people, and to be able to produce emotions physically with, like, making friends or being able to open up, because when you had the door closed, you couldn't do that. So then when you open the door, you have to be able to heal first. And that's where you need the Lord to really heal you. And that's why I said I don't need a therapist when I have a friend, because I needed that friend to help me open the door, to talk with me, and to teach me, and to show me ways throughout life, and to help press me into the diamond that I needed to be, so I could shine the way that the Lord had for me to shine. And I had to open up to the Lord, and that was who my best friend is. And that's why I didn't need a therapist, because a therapist would just say, oh, you need to move on, you need to look at this, that's not what we're looking at anymore, we're blah blah blah. And that's not what I needed. And that's what I did. And that's what I'm still doing. And that's what I'm doing here with this podcast with you guys as well, because I think of you as my friends, and I'm allowing you in so you can learn with me and heal with me at your own traumas, as we continue to move forward. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I woke up this morning a little bit bitter just about things, and I shouldn't do that. And so by talking to you guys about this, just made me feel so much lighter, so much better. And I still really want you guys to email me, talk to me. I want to hear your guys' story about your guys' trauma and, like, healing and your process and how you've been handling it. because, you know, people's words hurt a lot, but once we learn that we can't worry about their words, that they aren't important because that's not who you really are in your soul, then we know that they're hurting more and that we can overcome what they said. And yeah, I know it's easier said than done, I'll tell you that. But that is what I have learned. And then I'm learning that it's different to be able to open up with people and tell them. And no, they're not all going to agree. And yeah, they're going to say bad stuff. They are going to say mean stuff about just talking about your life. But that's because they haven't healed from the traumas that they have. So they don't have their goals that they're looking at. They might just be looking at worldly goals or one goal each. But they really haven't healed from the traumas that they have and that they need help too. So that's kind of how that goes, you guys, I guess. Yeah. So we just learned, I learned a lot through this conversation. And I'm so thankful that you picked up the phone or the headphones to listen to this today and spend time with me, because I truly appreciate it. I do want to say glory be to God, because he has made this possible. And I'm just so thankful for that. I'm really learning a lot about gratitude for what I have. And I'm just thankful to have you guys. You guys, like, the sun's coming out. I don't know if you can tell. It's like a little bit. It looks a little bit saddy patty out here and gloomy, but I'm quite happy. Hey, Biscuit, move yourself. Oh, I hope my dog doesn't pee on stuff. Oh, yeah. They like to do that, don't they? I need to get some hairspray. So if you guys know of any good kinds of hairspray. I watched this video the other day of this person who used heat protectant on a receipt, and you could tell that there was some good ones that were, I think Tresemme was pretty good heat protectant for pretty cheap, and Chi was pretty good heat protectant. I don't think that Mother Nature was very good in that aspect of that. Oh, I'll tell you guys a funny story. So today I was shoveling up dog poo, and I was asking my one dog, my little dog, I was like, where's your dog poo? Because he hides it. And my big dog was like, oh, here's mine, Mom, and like starts smelling it. And I was like, oh dear, I didn't know you pooed there. So I literally just shoved it up. And the other dog wasn't going to tell me about his poo. Also, they say that eggshells are really good for dogs' coats, but then I gave my dog some eggshells in his food and it just all came out. So I don't know if they're actually good for them or not. But that's what it says on the internet. It also said that avocado is not good for dogs. They can die, which I did not know that, but yeah, I don't want to give my dog that. So yeah, but you know, my dog loves chicken and cheese. And the other two are more beef dogs. But they do all like lamb. Lamb is their like favorite. So that's one thing that they at least all will have in common. I mean, the other two will eat chicken, but that's not their favorite. And you know what? I had never met a dog that wouldn't eat wet dog food, but my German Shepherd Corso will not eat wet dog food. And my other two dogs want wet dog food all the time. So that's a little bit different. Also, I bought a stepper. You know, that like stepper. So I'm hoping I can get a lot of good steps in with that. And yeah, I just hope that we can just continue to grow, you guys. So I just want to, again, thank you guys for coming. No, you're amazing. You are kind. You are smart. You are funny. You're an extraordinary human. You're an overcomer. I'm so proud of you, and I'm thankful for the person that you are. and just being here with me. Thank you for being with me. And I can't wait to see you guys again. And hopefully I can have some emails from you guys and we can just continue to learn and grow together. So remember, who needs a therapist when you have a friend? Thanks for coming to the podcast.